hope you're having a lovely weekend and Sunday so far. I am bare skinned right now, fresh faced, just out the shower to film my everyday current makeup routine for you guys. I have really changed up my kind of makeup and the way I do it recently, especially over the past 2 years. I used to wear so much eyeliner and eye makeup, but I have ditched that completely recently in favour of a more natural, kind of me but better look. So I thought that might be a good idea, and also will give me a chance to kind of show you inside my makeup bag. So these are some of like my most loved, most used products that you're about to see as well. This is literally just what I would do on a normal day. First thing is to empty it out all onto my bed. So to start, I always moisturise my face. I've got 2 on the go at the moment, and these are both SPFs. I've got La Roche-Posay Epiclo Duo with SPF 30. I've nearly run out of this now. It's so like practically empty. And then I've also recently been using the Murad Essential C Day Moisture Broad Spectrum SPF 30 as well. I just love wearing an SPF all year round. I think it's super important to keep your skin really healthy and to protect it from the sun. The Murad one is a little bit pricey, but it's gorgeous, really nice to apply. It smells like oranges, which is always a treat in the morning. And the La Roche-Posay is one of my absolute favourites. You guys know that I adore this brand and their products. This is a lot more affordable than the Murad, and yeah, it just sinks into my skin really nicely. Why not add a little bit of that as well? So I'm going to start with foundation. Recently I've been using 2 different foundations and kind of layering them up. Both of them are kind of light to medium coverage, and because my skin thankfully is super clear at the moment, if you guys have been with me for a while, you'll know that I had awful acne, but luckily, yeah, right now my skin, love it so much, feeling so grateful every single day to have this skin. So yeah, I've just been embracing kind of like lighter coverages. I am going to be using the IT Cosmetics CC cream. This is the Your Skin But Better anti-aging hydrating serum. It's also got SPF 50 in it as well. And I just popped 2 pumps on my hand, and I've been using, I don't even know what brush this is, Backstage brush. I like a kind of more dense blending brush to buff my foundation in, and I literally just, yeah, work that in. So I have just done this side, so you can kind of see the difference. It feels really light on the skin, but also gives a really nice coverage for a CC cream. And then once that's on, I like to go in with my Bare Minerals Original Foundation. Oh, I love this so much. It's a powder foundation, but it just gives me the most beautiful glowy dewy base. So I do wear this by itself an awful lot with just a tiny bit of concealer under my eyes, but recently just enjoy layering it up over this. So yeah, I tap some into the lid and then use the brush that comes with it. This is the Beautiful Finish brush. Swirl it about and then just buff into my skin, and I think these 2 products work so beautifully together. Bare Minerals do a CC cream as well that is quite similar to the IT Cosmetics one. It is called the Complexion Rescue, and again that is beautiful and they work really well together. This powder is super creamy, and the more you kind of buff it in, the more creamy it goes, so it's worth just spending a couple of minutes buffing in. Base is done. I'm going to put a little bit of lip balm on. This is the Burt's Bees Original. I think it's really nice and minty. Feels amazing. Eye primer next. I use the Bare Minerals Gen Nude Eye Primer in the shade Bright AF. And this is like my skin colour. They have like coloured tinted primers, which are beautiful if you don't have time for eyeshadow every day. They just add a tiny bit of colour and pigment, but I like this one because it makes a nice base. For eyeshadow, I have been using this palette for like a year or 2. It's from Sephora. I picked it up in France, in Paris, when I went a couple of years ago, and it's just got a really nice shade of neutrals in it. I love the kind of whites to pop on top of eye primer. In fact, I'll do that now just to set the primer. And then I really love these colours here to kind of just open my eyes up a little bit and put some shadow into the crease. So I'm going to take that. Again, this is a Backstage brush, I think. I don't know if you can see that, but I've just kind of placed it really lightly, kind of in a triangle, like that. I'll do the other side quickly. And I also take that underneath the eyes with a pencil brush as well. I'm quickly going to do my eyebrows before I finish off my eye makeup. I have 2 brow pencils in my makeup bag, and guess what brands they're from? I've got the It Cosmetics Brow Powder and the Bare Minerals Brow Master. Got a load of these 2 brands in my makeup bag at the moment. I'm going to use the Bare Minerals one. Just brush them up with a spoolie, and then on the other end is a pencil which is like exactly my colour. I'm the shade Coffee. These 2 brands can be quite pricey. I also love Kiko for eyebrow pencils. They're amazing at them. I think I've run out currently, so I need to get some more. I'm also going to just brush them into place. This is from Blink. All the writing has rubbed off, so I can't tell what it is, but I'm the shade Indian Chocolate. And I just like this to set my brows in place. Back onto the eyes, I'm going to take the darker brown here on an angled brush. This one's from Mascara, and I'm just going to place that on the outer corner of my bottom and a tiny bit on the top. I always go back in at the end with a little bit more eyeshadow if I need it, but for now, mascara. I have been loving these 2 mascaras from Marc Jacobs recently. The first one's a primer, it's the Velvet Primer Epic Lash, and the second one is the Velvet Noir Mascara, and together these 2 are an absolute dream. Looks a little bit freaky when I've got these on. Whilst that dries, I'm going to go ahead and add some contour. I love the Mascara cream pigment in the shade Hollow. I just like to buff that down my cheekbones. It's beautiful for pale skin, this contour, and because it's a cream it just blends in really beautifully to the foundation. I also contour my nose with the same pigment, so I just take a smaller brush, just draw a tiny bit down either side. Not that noticeable, but I think it really makes a difference. Now I'm going to go in with the mascara. I had an LVL lash lift recently, I'd say about 2-3 weeks ago, so normally I would curl my eyelashes as well at this point before I put my mascara on. But they've still got quite an intense curl even after all this time, so I don't need to just yet. But oh, look at that volume. I think this mascara combo is amazing. Next it's time for some concealer. I have been using the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer for so many years now, and I just still haven't found anything that quite matches it. This is like my probably 10th tube of it. I get through it like crazy, but I just like to pop a tiny bit under my eye and pat it in with my ring finger. I use the shade Chantilly. I can't remember if that's the lightest. It might be one of the lightest shades, but it matches my skin tone perfectly. Every other concealer tends to look a bit orange once it's like on my skin. Even if it looks really pale in the tube, it still looks orange on my skin, but this one just doesn't do that at all. And it's also stocked on ASOS now, which is amazing. Whenever I have like ASOS vouchers to use, I always stock up on this. So I just go over any last blemishes that the foundation didn't cover, and also under my eyes. I just feel like that brightens my whole face up a little bit. For blusher, I've been using this recently. It's the MAC Melba Blush. Oh, I love this colour so much. I think it's really, really flattering. I was never a blusher girl really. I didn't really used to wear it that often, but this one, oh, I just really feel like it makes quite a dramatic difference. Just going to take another look at my eyes to see how they are. Once I've got everything on, I can kind of see if it needs a little bit more eyeshadow. I'm going to take a tiny bit more of that brown to just take it a little bit above where the mascara shows to open them up a little bit more, and a tiny bit more underneath. I have one new product in this video that I haven't tried yet, but I need a new highlighter. It was in my PO box. It's the Glowgasm palette from Charlotte Tilbury. I'm going to use this highlighter. I haven't tried it yet before, but I'm going to try first impressions in this video. It's a lot more subtle than I was expecting. I thought it would be very like intense, like very Instagrammy highlight, but it's actually really subtle. I also, with my highlighter, like to take a tiny bit on my finger and pop that under my brow bone and also in the inner corner of my eye. I feel like that just kind of ties the whole look in together. And then finally, lipstick. Recently I've been loving the Charlotte Tilbury English Beauty. It's just a really pretty nude. I've just noticed that for continuity reasons I've done the rest of this video with a dressing gown on. The doorbell kept going whilst I was filming this, so I had to pop down and I forgot to take this off. So this is my current everyday makeup tutorial. This is like my go-to, whatever occasion, this will be the makeup I'm wearing. If I want to like jazz it up a bit, I'll add a tiny bit of liquid liner to the top lash line, or a darker lip or a red lip. Yeah, this is like me every single day, and I feel really confident and happy in myself when I wear this makeup. It makes me feel good. I hope you've enjoyed it. Let me know if there are any other videos you would like to see soon, and I will see you next week. Mwah!